Mithil, thank you for your time. Good morning, Prashant here.
Hi, good morning, Prashant.
What now? There seems to be a fair bit of buoyancy. We saw that day before, sharp cut, closed higher. Yesterday, there were a few fights to pull the market up, failed, and today as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the market is fighting back. But then, I will only look at levels. And the levels that I have are 7538, which I think the market is trying to cross from the last 3 days, but it is not able to move past that level. Even if 7538 is taken out, I think 7620 would be the most important trend decider for the market. What we also need to, take into account is that the European markets created a very, very bad candlestick yesterday. And this candlestick was created at their make or break level. So, FTSE, CAC, DAX, all of them are showing some kind of a problematic situation on their daily charts. Though I am waiting for confirmation. I don't think so the market will start selling off right away. But I think by the time market reaches 7620, the cracks would be visible in the market. To be very honest with you, I can see a lot of bearish patterns being created. The only thing is that these bearish patterns have not broken down on the downside. So, as a trader, I would like to wait a little bit and then, look to open any short position.
Right. But these are patterns you're seeing on daily charts, right? Global indices.
Daily charts. I'm seeing a lot of bearish patterns on the hourly charts. But then, as I keep making this point again and again, there is a bearish pattern, but then that bearish pattern is not activated yet. So, I can't really be bearish at this point of time. I do think that yesterday the pattern that was created on the hourly charts in Nifty is bullish enough. And I think there is a 50% probability that market will try to break through the 7538 mark today. So, that's what I'm going to watch today.
It'll break through 7538 mark. We're exactly there, 7538 now.
Yeah, but we are not breaking through that level. It's the third day in a row that we are actually knocking at that level, but it is not being taken out. So, this is a third time, and there is a proverb in technical analysis that 3 strikes and you're out. So if this is a third time, and if it cannot break through this level, then maybe, there is a possibility that a downside breakout can occur. Now, on the downside, we have 7417, 7444 as 2 levels or a price zone, which is going to act as a strong support for the market. So, right now, the market, you can say, is in a no trading kind of a zone. You have to watch for 7417 on the downside. If it breaks, go short. If 7538 on the other hand is taken out, then I think you will have to wait for 7620 on the upside.
Right. And you're talking about the 7538 level on a closing basis. You close above that.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I can even look at an hourly closing basis, but that's usually very confusing for a lot of people. So yeah, a daily closing would be very nice, and that would open the gates to 7620.
Yeah. So since we're right there, is there anything to do, or you just wait for it? Wait for it to happen, and then if it happens, you feel confident you can go long. 7620, you said, right? The market heads to.
Yeah, that's right. So, I would like a breakout to happen. I know the market is here, it is consolidating at these levels. Generally speaking, this particular time, post 10:30 to about 1 o'clock, is a time for consolidation. So I don't think so the breakout might happen in the next 2 hours or so. What we need to look at is around 1:30 p.m. today, and then take a call. If market moves lower from 7538, then I think, that shows the weakness of the market. If it does cross 7538, then yeah, your reward is something like 7620. So it depends upon trader to trader.
In terms of stock-wise actionables, anything at all?
Well, you have to look at banking again, and banking has, the landscape of banking stocks has changed. I think PSU banking stocks created a triple bottom. This bottom was seen in 2010, bottom was seen, 2011, and then again in 2009. So this particular bottom is produced a kind of a support for the PSU banking stocks. And, all of them have rallied quite a bit. I'm not saying that they are into a bull market yet, but at this point of time, it is looking as if the private banking stocks are actually getting a little weaker. There are no breakouts on stocks like Axis Bank or ICICI Bank, but there are good patterns being formed on Bank of Baroda, or let's say Syndicate Bank, or something like even State Bank of India. So landscape is changing. For a very short term, I don't mind taking a long PSU bank and a short private bank. So the private bank that I feel is the weakest is probably Axis Bank, and the stock that I feel, the PSU banking stock which I feel is the strongest, is something like Bank of Baroda. So long Bank of Baroda and short Axis Bank wouldn't be a bad idea at this point of time.
I mean, you do this as a pair?
Yeah, we do this as a
I'm usually
pair.
very suspectful of pair trading.
Prashant, to be very honest, I have had a different experience with pair trading. I feel that they are more secular. The trend in a pair or a ratio chart is more secular than than any price chart. So I personally like to do a lot of pair trading when the market itself is not giving you a lot of direction and it is stuck between two levels, bullish level and a bearish level. At this point of time, if you just want to trade and be in touch with the market, pair trade is not a bad idea.
Okay, so that's the view on banks. Anything else, stock-wise?
Well, if you're looking at strategies, then I'm actually short in something like Apollo Tires and Ultratech Cement. I'm also looking at short entries on stocks like NHPC, CSC, because the power index, the chart of power index is not exactly very powerful. So if I have to short something, power would not be a bad idea. I'm also looking at longs in stocks like Federal Bank. I'm looking at longs in something like, as I said, Bank of Baroda. So, there are a lot of opportunities. The only problem is that none of these opportunities are actually triggering for me to get an entry. So, last 3-4 days, I can say that I've not been really trading much. So, from a trading perspective, there are not many opportunities. The patterns are not complete yet, if I put it that way.
Metals, mining?
No, see, when I look at the chart of Tata Steel, I feel that Tata Steel is creating a pattern which is a higher high pattern. But then every single higher high that Tata Steel is, producing on the chart, it is coming back into the pattern again. See, metals has been into a bear market for almost about 6 years or so. 2010 is when Tata Steel and the metals index topped out. At this point of time, I think we still need to wait if we have to believe that Tata Steel will enter a bull market. The confirmations are not there. And the pattern that Tata Steel or a stock like that is producing is very much of a sideways pattern with 3 higher highs, but not a decisive kind of a breakout.
I mean, stocks like ADANI Port, for example, which fell from 350, 360 all the way to sub 200, are bouncing a little bit. I mean, these are all just bounces which will eventually get sold into, or what? What do you think?
Yeah, see, to the best of my knowledge, this is a bounce, because if I look at Adani Ports, from 170 to 230, the move is not bad, but it's a 3-wave move. I would not say that there is a sell signal yet, but it does look like, because see, Adani Ports from a long-term perspective is into a complete bear market at this point of time. Now, this bear market might change into a bull market, but if it crosses about 235, 240 levels, then I would be much confident to get into Adani Ports. But at this point of time, I just want to stay away and see how 235, 240 works out. And of course, we have to wait for the market as well, because till 7620 is not crossed, I would not be a believer that a bull market has begun again. So, yeah, you need to wait maybe for 3-4% more.
What about L&T?
We spoke about L&T a couple of weeks back. See, L&T around that 1,000 level had a massive amount of support. It's a long-term kind of a trend decider level. I would say that the level of 1200, 1250 is the trend decider for L&T. If it can cross 1200, then I think there is nothing to stop L&T till about 1600 odd levels. So, yeah, you should look at L&T. Again, the same problem is there. I want the market to cross above 7620. Number one, I want L&T to cross above 1200, 1250 decisively. And then, yeah, the gates for L&T upside would be surely open.
Mithil, it's a pleasure. Thank you for your time. Good speaking with you this morning.